Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Sport Fishing. Well, we're back in Mexico doing something a little bit different. We'll be freshwater bass fishing. We're at Lake Huitas, and fishing with me today is Mike Rice from Shakespeare.
Good to see you, Dan.
How you doing, Mike?
Great.
So what we're going to be doing is looking for some bass. I have no idea if it's going to be a surface bite, plastic bite, whatever.
Could be anything.
But we'll be all ready for it.
Yep.
And we'll be showing you Fluger gear, Shakespeare gear, Cajun red line, how to catch these bass. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing.
Welcome to Sport Fishing with Dan Hernandez. This week's episode of Sport Fishing is brought to you by Cabela's, America's foremost outfitter. By Shakespeare, manufacturers of the Dan Hernandez signature fishing rods. By Game Saver, the best way to preserve your fish is with Game Saver. By Penn, America's leading reel manufacturer.
Here, I got one. Here we go. First bass, I'll salt them. Here, Lake Huitas. First bass of the day. All right, Brett, you go. Where exactly are we here?
We are in Little Canyon, what we call the Little Canyon, on the upper end of Lake Huitas.
But that canyon we drove through was just beautiful. That was just
Cliffs
gorgeous.
are just awesome.
Yeah.
You bet.
This is an average bass here. It's a fat-free shad, Cajun red. This is a 14-pound test Cajun red line I'm using here with the Fluger reel. And we have an all-star rod today. So what we're gonna do, keep working this little bit area here. It's a little bit deeper. That's why I have the long bill on there, big bill, so it'll dive down a little bit deeper. We tried the surface, didn't find on the surface, so we're going deeper.
And I think we know where they're at now.
Yeah. All right, Mike, your turn. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna move the boat. There's a rock right up here in front of us off this point, and Brett wants us to fish that area. We're still back here in the back part of the lake, and we got a little crankbait, 14-pound test Cajun red line. And Mike's using a swim bait. He had a couple nice fish, a real big fish that he dumped. So what we're gonna do is get in here, try a few more spots. Just a beautiful lake, nice beautiful weather, t-shirt weather today, short pants, it's gonna be nice out here. So I'm gonna try this right now, so we can get a couple more fish. See if he stays on. Oh, this is a nice one. Yeah, I got both hooks in him. He's not going nowhere. There we go. All right, thanks, sir. What's up, Brent? It's a fat-free shad, 14-pound Cajun red line, just working it right back, all-star rod, Fluger reel. Just fish down here in Mexico.
There he is.
There you go, Mike's on. There you go. We're on this side, Mike. All right, let's stuff him in.
All right, swing him in there. Better up.
There you go.
Y'all got me busy.
Full-time job there.
So you are the guide.
I like it.
What pound test was that?
Looks like 14.
14 pounds.
Thanks, sir.
Stick 'em, boys. Stick 'em.
They like the crankbaits here. Probably isn't an easier way to catch a bass than a crankbait.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh yeah!
There you go.
There you
Work,
go.
buddy. I thought
Awesome.
there'd be something sitting in that shady spot.
Tell you what, man, he came out and ate it. He inhaled it right
You
at the
couldn't
boat.
cast any farther back in that cave.
I skipped it in that little skipped in that little cove, and he followed it out of there.
All right, well, stay tuned, and we're going to be right back right after this commercial break. Not a big one, but I'll take them. Little bass. Well, Brett suggested we switch over to lizard, working a bank here. What are we going to do here, Brett? Just work the beach?
Steep bank and post spawn fish come out and kind of stack up on these steep bluff banks a lot of times. We're just going to work down it and see if we do what we find.
Cool.
That was a pretty good bite, so
Yeah. Let's let this guy go. Well, he came back after I blew it. I didn't think he was going to do that. The most forgiving bass in Mexico. Ugh. Yeah. He hit it, Mike, and then I missed it. Yeah, I just let it fall straight down. He was all over it. Does color matter a lot when you're doing this type of fishing?
As far as the bait selection,
Uh-huh.
color matters as long as it's watermelon. As long as it's watermelon, everything's fine.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, nice job. All right, well, I'm going to change color. I'm going to use another watermelon lizard.
like a Cajun red.
What bass
kinda-
doesn't?
Yeah. Well, that's a nicer fish for me.
I knew that. There you go.
Not bad. This is a bass I just caught, and Brent was nice enough to take the hooks out for me. This is a nice bass. This is my best bass so far of the trip. I know there's bigger fish here, a lot of fish. We're looking for this afternoon when the sun starts to go down, fish will really get active. Hopefully we'll get some more surface fish. That's a nice one there. Well, stay tuned and we'll be right back with a lot more action here at Lake Huiches down in beautiful Mexico.
All right.
I think you found your new favorite lure.
Yeah. Well, you could set a record just throwing a little crankbait all day.
It's kind of like the same when we go to Baja. There you go. There's another one.
Yeah. A little guy.
Here, I got one too. You got a double. All right. I got mine on braid, Cajun braid, and you got yours on Cajun red.
Oh.
Well, let's see if I can get back in there. And you have us rigged up with braided line. And that's for, because we don't have the stretch, or the braid works great for this kind of cover, or what?
Braid provides a lot of sensitivity. This is ugly braid, made by Shakespeare. It has excellent sensitivity, and there you go, right there. When you set the hook.
You almost took it out of my hand. Boy, he ate it.
Right on cue.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, I mean, I know, I really felt it that time when you talked about the sensitivity. Hey, my axles? All right. Awesome fish. There he goes. Yeah, that was nice. Here we go. No. I didn't let him surprise me this time either. Engulfed it. Look where that hook is.
I believe he wanted that one.
Here's my next one.
Thank you.
For a saltwater guy, I'm not doing too bad.
I think you're picking up on it real quick. Boy, I would have never got that out right there. I got him out. I just got to work on that. That sucker was all the way down. I got it out clean.
It's a nice pass.
We're inching our way up.
There we go. Well, we're going to take a little break from the action down here in Mexico and visit the tackle box. Give you a nice close look at the tackle we're using for this type of fishing today.
This week, the Tackle Box is brought to you by Cabela's, America's foremost outfitter. This week in the Tackle Box, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing today down here at Lake Huitas. Now, we're fishing a beautiful lake down here in Mexico, looking for largemouth bass, and there's lots of them here. And what we're doing mainly is just searching different areas where the guides know fish hang out. We're using a variety of baits, but the number one way to fish down here is fishing plastics. Lots of different types of plastics, the worms, the lizards, the crawfish. What I really like to use are the lizards. And you can get them in a big variety of colors. These are just 3 colors here. The oranges, the browns always work good. Sometimes the black and the blue works good, so I always bring a big selection. Normally when I travel to a lake like this, I'll bring anywhere from 4 to 5, 6 different colors of lizards. Now the hooks you can use, big variety of hooks, but what I like to use is just a standard worm hook. You see how the worm hook is designed so the bait will lay nice and flat. And we'll be showing you on the episode how to do that, but it's very simple. You just slide the bait right through the head, just a small way. Then you feed it all the way through. And this little part here just kind of locks it in. You turn the hook around, and then what you're going to do is just slide the hook in from the back. And it gives it a nice weedless presentation, a nice straight line, and that's what it should look like. Your line would go straight out to here with a small sinker, and you're just going to work this from the bottom, just bouncing along the rocks, the fish come up and hit it. Now if you feel anything pull at all, it's a fish, because this isn't live, it's just moving down there with the sinker. Fish hit it, you got to set the hook right away. Now as far as rods and reels, today I'll be fishing 2 different types of rods. The All-Star is a great graphite rod. It works good. It's great design for fishing for largemouth bass. I match it up with a Fluger reel. This is a Fluger Summit reel. Works good. 12-pound test monofilament on this one. And then on the other one too, what I'm using is an Ugly Stick custom rod. Again with the Fluger Summit reel. And I like to use a braided line sometimes, especially down here where there's lots of structure, lots of trees, lots of rocks. Well, this is the basic gear that you need here at Lake Huitas. You know, there's lots of different techniques you can use, and we'll be showing you more of that next week. So let's get back on the water and join everybody down at Lake Huitas, show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.
There we go. Little one. Little one on a crankbait. So when we catch them like this on different colors, does it just mean that they like the action and what it's doing?
That's
not so
certainly
much
a
the
big
color.
part of it. I would imagine, you know, when he was a shad pattern, you know, he's using one that's basically plain white. Yours is chartreuse. So anything in a shad pattern is good, and also the philosophy colors, you know, the brown, purple. Floppy is an important part of it.
There we go.
Sounds good.
I'm on. I'm on. You got a good one. Oh, it's a little one. Thought it was a big one.
I thought it got off.
Yeah, I thought it was a bigger one. Got way bigger. This was a fish that Brett thought we would get in there right on that spot. Same spot where Mike got that nice fish, fishing right on the edge of this point. Seems like you can't get too close to that point there. Those fish are right in there.
Yep.
We're gonna make a little move right now. Brett, our guide's gonna take us over by train tracks, right?
Get over by the trestle, fish the structure on both ends.
All right. Mike had a bunch of fish here on that smaller crankbait. This got nibbled. So when we return, we're gonna be right over by the train tracks trying to get us some more bass. All right.
This week, the Galley is brought to you by Dan Hernandez Dipping Sauces and Fish Batters. Look for them in your local supermarkets. This week in the Galley, we're down in San Diego, and we're at a brand new restaurant. It's been here for a little while, but it's a really good seafood place to come to. The Bay Park Fish Company, and standing next to me is David Trailer. And David, what is it you got for us today?
Well, we're going to cook some tuna today.
All right, cool.
Got this yellowfin tuna steak. We're going to season it up with a little smoked sea salt and fresh ground black pepper, a little bit of olive oil. And then we're going to take it over here and throw it on the grill.
All right.
Let's just take it right here, just lay it on the grill there. We're going to cook that medium rare, so not too much time.
Then the whole idea, the one thing I always see done wrong with fish is people overcook it.
Yeah, especially this fish. This dish, we're going to serve the fish rare, but that's terrible when fish is overcooked. It's really dry.
And I've seen you on TV lots of times, on ESPN, all over the place. And what's your connection here with this restaurant?
Well, I grew up here in San Diego, and these are some buddies of mine I've grown up with. Mark makes all the spear guns we use on the show, and he said he wanted to open up a neighborhood fish restaurant. I said I'd be happy to help.
Yeah, and I've been here a few times, so that's why I wanted our viewers to find out about it.
Yeah, it's a great
Great
place.
dishes.
Move it a little bit there.
So how do you tell like how far you should cook? You just look for the color to come up?
I just look for a little bit of color to come up. Basically, you really can't undercook this dish, so just want to get a little sear on each side.
Okay.
Saute a little snow peas to go with this. A little salt, pepper. Shake it around a pan. All right, we start this plate with our peas. Gonna make a little down in the middle. A little bit of mashed potatoes in the middle there. Alrighty, then we're gonna go over here and top it off with our tuna. And set that on top right there.
That looks delicious.
And then we'll finish it with this sauce. A tad of butter in it.
What kind of sauce is this?
This is a reduced veal stock, and the concept here is we're kind of treating tuna like meat.
Okay.
So we're finishing off with a meat sauce. Tuna's got that rich body that stands up to this sauce. It's a really great eat. It's like prime rib of the sea.
That looks great, David. I have to take a bite of this.
Yeah, we should.
Little tuna. Sauce. That is good. Another nice thing about Bay Park Fish Company, you can come down here. They have a fresh fish market up, fish case up there. You can buy fish, take home, just in case you don't catch any
Yeah,
fish.
you can either have it here or take it to go.
Take it to go. All right. Well, thanks again, man. This is delicious. I'm going to finish this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.
Don't drop anything. Something you don't do every day. It's got my rod.
This is a big fish right here.
Oh, look at him. He's a big one. He's a big one. Oh!
Well, that's a chunk.
Yeah! Off the old bridge, my man.
14-pound test Cajun red.
Way to go. Woo, and you did have him on that last hook.
Yeah, I barely had him. Half-free shad, all-star rod, fluger reel, 14-pound Cajun red. Fish was all over it.
That's a
Fishing
chunk
right off
there.
this.
Oh!
That is a nice fish.
That's why you come to Mexico.
Well done.
That's my largest fish in Mexico. My largest bass, I'm sure. That is a quality fish.
Well, let's get some photos with him.
Yeah, he's gonna go well over 6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You bet.
All right.
This week's tip of the week is brought to you by Shakespeare, manufacturing the Dan Hernandez signature line of fishing rods.
For this week's tip of the week, what you want to do is come down here at Lake Huitas, and the name of the resort here is Trophy Bass Lodge, and you can call the office number. We'll have the number at the end of the show. Come catch quality fish like this. Tell you the tip is go to the waters where there's lots of fish like this. You can fish the different baits, crankbaits, the lizards, and you get a bunch of fish like this. And I want to thank Mike for being out with me today.
Thank you.
We had a lot of fun. Thank you, Bert.
It was my pleasure.
Had a lot of fun, just beautiful fish like that. Next week, we'll be right here with part 2 of this exciting episode, fishing at Lake Huitas. And we'll be fishing with the crew here at Trophy Bass Lodge, and we'll be right back here next week with more action. So I'll see you then.